Compare and despair. What does social media do? Because every time you look at social media, the only posts you get are people laughing, people smiling, people having a good time, people winning awards, people talking on TEDx, people talking on other forums, right? What does this do to you? Oh my God. Everybody seems to be doing better. It looks like I am not doing anything. It looks like I'm not enough. It looks like I'm not good enough. I didn't win an award, right? Probably one of the single biggest thing that is killing our generation today is the fact that social media harbors and accelerates comparison amongst each other, and it completely ends up in depression, right? There are just a few that probably have looked at someone and got inspired, but there are a lot more that instead of getting inspired, they're looking at all these successes, looking at all these and thinking that, oh my God. Things that don't define you. The number of connections you have does not define you at all. 0 doesn't define you at all. Okay? The mistakes you make on stage, it doesn't define you at all. Problems don't define you at all. Guess what? All of us have problems. The degree is different. Each one of us have our own problems, right? If you start thinking a little bit deeper, it is in those moments where you feel like crying. It is in those moments where you're let down. It is in those moments where you sit back and analyze why you failed in something, is where your problems will start surfacing. Okay? Rather than wait for those moments, if you can advance them ahead and start thinking about them right now, guess what? Those moments would not even happen. Right? So start acknowledging them. Things that define you are your experiences, your perspectives of things. Everybody that came up on stage here had a perspective of everything, had an experience, had a perspective of that, right? That's what defines you. The goals that you set for yourself. You know what? Hobbies define you. You know what happens when you learn new languages to your brain? It changes your brain. It changes your brain. I can speak 5 languages, right? I'm not saying this because I want all of you guys to try and learn 6 or 7 or 8 different languages. It changes everything, and that's how hobbies define you. All right, so habits and things do define you. Last few points to remember. Perceived difficulty is where learning lives. If you think something is difficult, run behind it. That is how you will learn. If you think it is difficult and run away from it, you will never learn. Okay? So that is important. This is me with my wife and my daughter, right? Can you, if you hadn't met me, would you be able to recognize that it's me? I was over 90 kilos. This is just 6 years ago, right? I thought, why to bother about weight and all of that, right? Now I feel good because I'm able to talk without taking my shirt out, and I've tucked in with a jean, right? This has never happened in my life before. Okay? It feels good because I thought it's the most difficult thing to do, but in 6 years I was able to shed 17, 18 kilos. It's a no-brainer, honestly, right? You put your head to it, you can make it happen. Yeah? Remember, people, probably your parents are saying this when they talk to other parents, You know my daughter, she was 4 years old and she was able to scroll through Instagram, yeah? Have you heard this? Have you heard this? Parents talking about kids? No? Maybe when you become parents you'll figure this out, but I hope it doesn't last all the way there. But honestly, if somebody is able to do digital media quickly and faster, it doesn't mean they are smart. It just means that the application is built so well that even a toddler can operate it. Okay? It has no bearing to intelligence. Keep this out of your mind. Just because somebody is posting something on LinkedIn, he could be your colleague, your friend sitting right now, 10th graders, 11th graders, means nothing. Nothing. Nada. Nothing. Right? Alright. Boredom is very useful. Extremely useful. Stay bored, be bored all the time. If you're bored and you're bored and you're bored, the fourth time you'll figure out something. You will never stay bored long enough. And you might tell me, Hari, I know myself very well. Nah, I love boredom. I will just sit and keep bored forever. Right? Human beings do not work that way. We don't like boredom. Put yourself into boredom. You will realize what I'm saying. Your creativity simply comes out like crazy. And this is by practice. I try to get bored at least 10 to 15 minutes every day. You need to get bored, right? You cannot constantly have things to do, okay? You must always lean back to leap forward, right? The more you lean back, the better you can go forward. So he went on to say, the more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know, right? So there are two ways of looking at it. You can simply sit back and say, I don't know anything, so I don't want to learn. Or you can say, let me learn and then figure out that I don't know anything. But the outcome is the same, right? So it's better to move on and start learning. So the one thing that I want to leave you guys with is, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything you want. All of you guys can do a lot more. A lot more, right? So embrace your change. Understand the changes you have. Please use your cell phones in moderation. Don't get into this trap of continuous knowledge that keeps throwing out at you. That's all you need to do. The rest, everybody else and change will take care of you.